Hello everyone, I'm Golden Helmet and today I want to share my advanced drown farm design with you. The farm is shaped like a large square funnel and it provides the best possible rates for an overworld-only drown farm. It makes use of my nautilus flux trident killer, which gives full durability trident drops without requiring player kill. I have a separate video on the trident killer linked in the description, so be sure to check that out. You can build this farm any size you like, but the output comes near to max at 32 blocks long by 32 wide spawnable area, so 34 by 34 if you count the outer wall. At that size it produces over 800 drowned per hour, which means 1,000 rotten flesh and 135 gold ingots with looting 3. With the Nautilus Flux Trident Killer it produces 30 full durability tridents per hour in 1.16.20. Trident drops are more than double that in the current 1.16.100 beta, because Mojang have patched equipment drops from projectile kills. Fish and squid are optional in this farm depending on how you place the water. XP delivery is also optional, but I do show how to build the XP delivery in this video. The reason this farm works so well is that it moves drowned to the kill chamber quickly. Drowned have a low density cap of 5, so they must be cleared quickly to take advantage of every spawn attempt. They will spawn in flowing water, but the spawn rate for drowned is more than 4 times higher in 2 block deep water than in 1 block deep water, so you want at least 2 deep water to get the most spawns. However, only the top block of water can flow horizontally, which means baby drowned can hide underneath the flowing water and not be pushed by it. My solution is to use cascading waterfalls. These provide moving water that is also 2 blocks high. You can see here how the water flows. Let's also take a look at how it moves drowned. As the drown moves from one layer to the next, its feet barely touch the ground. Now drowned can pathfind against the current, but we can prevent this by using turtle eggs. See, this drowned here wants to go the other way. By placing turtle eggs, the drowned's AI will be distracted so that they will not attempt to pathfind to another block. Even though they can't reach the turtle egg, it will keep them from going anywhere else, and they will be passively moved by the water stream. An additional benefit of the funnel layout is that it forces every herd to separate toward the kill chamber. In Minecraft Bedrock, herds spawn all together at exactly the same coordinate and then get pushed apart by collisions as soon as one of them begins to move. Drowned spawn in herds of 2 to 4 at a time. Because of the flowing water combined with the geometry of the funnel, most of the drowned herds immediately spring toward the center, so this decreases the time to kill. These are the materials you'll need to build the farm. Now what I have circled there in yellow that's in the hotbar is only necessary for the optional interior lighting and XP delivery portion that I show. But the top part circled in blue is what's necessary for the funnel itself. The andesite could be replaced by any solid block of your choice. However, the ice is essential because solid blocks up and to the north or west of a block will prevent spawns. So we need to build the north and west sides of the funnel out of ice, which is unique in that it is not solid, but it does allow spawning on top. And so that will allow drowned to spawn in the northwest side of the funnel. Thanks to Rufus Atticus with the Analyzing Minecraft Discord for pointing that out to me and making this farm better. We'll start the build with soul sand around the top of the kill chamber. The soul sand will create bubble columns with source water on top of it, and this will push the drowned up as they come down so that they fall into the shaft more easily. Then we want to put 4 fence gates on either side, like this. Open them up, and that will help the drowned to see this drop shaft as a passable space that they will freely walk into. And then we begin to put the solid blocks around the south and east side and ice around the north and west. You can continue doing additional layers this way, first solid blocks and then the ice going around each side. At about the 5th layer, I like to stop and go ahead and put the water on the soul sand so to create our bubble column at the bottom. Do it, and then we're going to place the first egg. Now we want the egg to be 3 blocks up from the fence gates, So let me get that. Then we can break the blocks that we placed it on so we have a floating egg there. Next, I like to put soul lanterns to create some light so that you can see inside the funnel, and I'm going to put the first one there, catty corner from the egg. And as you can see, it's 3 blocks up from the nearest surface, so it's with a light level of 10, it's not going to block any spawns in our farm. Then counting out 4 corners from the first egg, we're going to put the next set of eggs, and these will just be 1 in each corner, 3 blocks up from the corner, and that will allow the drowned coming from above to slide right underneath them as they come down the funnel. It also puts them as close as possible to the spawning floor so that they have the furthest reach in terms of the drowned being able to target them. You can continue to build again up until the 9th layer, or 5 further corners out from the first set of turtle eggs. And this is where we're going to put our final set of turtle eggs. We'll start with 1 in each corner, just like we did lower down, and after that we'll put 1 in the middle. So here's the 3rd corner, and then the final corner. We'll line up to the middle. It can be either of the middle blocks. And again, 3 blocks up. And an egg floating on top. And you'll do the same for the other 3 sides. Once you have all your eggs placed and your layers built, then you need to line the outer wall with glass on top, and that will prevent spawns and give us a block to place our water against to create the cascading waterfall. I like to put soul lanterns on the outside as well, just for a bit of decoration, and we'll continue the glass around all 4 sides. Now with the glass done, we're going to need to do one more thing for the corners. If you look at this water flow here, it's not flowing the way we want it to. But if you place source water in the corner, it will be still. So I want to fill in each of the corners with ice like that. It will not block any spawns around it, and it will prevent us from having a spot of dead water in the farm. Now I like to put some light in the middle of the farm as well. This is optional, but if you would like to put soul lanterns like the one I have hanging in the middle, then you can do it by lining them up with the outer eggs. Just go over by 2 corners, lower half slab, and hang the lantern there. The drown will pass right under that. It's far enough away from any surfaces so that it will not block spawns. So there's the entire layout of the farm. For the water, if you want squid and fish to spawn, you'll need to place source water blocks on every layer. I recommend doing it this way from the bottom up. Start with the 4th block of each row and fill the remaining blocks with source. And then as you place water in the rows above, it will flow down and fill in the missing places. The other way to do this would be from the top down by placing all of the flowing water first and then filling in source underneath. That may be a little more tricky, but if you want all of the blocks to be able to spawn squid and fish to maximize those rates, then the top down would be the way to go. If you only want drowned, then you'll just place source water blocks at the top of the farm. So let's begin in this corner, and we just go along each row, and the water flows down and down to the middle. Fish and squid require a source water block on the spawnable block, but whereas drowned do not. Drowned will spawn when it's just flowing water, whether that's flowing horizontally or falling. So by only placing water at the top, we can restrict the spawning to just drowned. So there's the filled out farm, and let's take a look at it in the dark. There we go. Now the final thing I'm going to show is the XP delivery and the AFK platform. The way I build this, you can use the XP delivery pathway here as a way to travel up to the AFK platform as well. And then of course when you're up on the AFK platform, you can just jump down into the water safely to get out of the farm. I just want to make sure you don't land on any turtle eggs. So what I'm doing is extending this ice path, and I'm using packed ice here. You can use any ice variant for this bottom part. And then I'm going to make a soul sand bubble column going straight up the side and that will ferry XP as well as the player up to the AFK platform. We'll break that button there and place a new button to prevent backflow, and then another water source. That will give us enough flowing water to carry the experience orbs all the way to the column. Let's go ahead and build up the column size to the height of the AFK platform. I'm putting this at 40 blocks up from the bottom of the kill floor, but if you want fish in your farm, you should make it exactly 34 blocks up from the soul sand at the center to maximize the rates of both drowned and fish. Make a little platform here to give some wiggle room and extend the rest of this causeway, which we will then put another water stream on. Now we'll need to place a block underneath the source here so that the water will flow outward to its full length, and then replace the next 2 blocks with ice. I'm using packed ice here in the video, but that was a mistake. This actually needs to be regular ice so that it will transfer spawns down and not block those spawning spots. Then you can break the block that was holding the water up and it will fall. Now, bubble columns no longer create source water out of falling water in 1.16. But we can do that by growing kelp up the column of falling water. So we'll replace the soul sand with dirt for just a moment and use kelp to convert all of this to source water, and then we'll replace the soul sand. So I'm just going to go up like this. You could bone meal the kelp to make it grow up as well. And oh, it looks like I forgot to close off the front, so let me build another column of glass here. And then we have a column of source water. We can go down and break the kelp, and we'll have a bubble column when we put the soul sand back in. Now let's hop in there and take a ride up to view the finished farm. As you can see, that experience orbs are being delivered here, and I think it helps if we shut the trap door so that they don't bounce around there at the top and they get sent straight to our AFK spot. You will also need to add a roof of either leaves or water supported by glass or ice with buttons on top in order to get spawns during the daytime, because you have to lower the light level enough. So there's the drown funnel. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this tutorial helps you out. Remember, the link to the Nautilus Flux Trident Killer is in the description, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments.